What is good with y'all, man? So today we're gonna be basically talking about the Super Bowl from yesterday. The Eagles lost. I'm gonna say it straight up, the Chiefs outplayed us, man. They won fair and square, and I'm saying fair and square because everyone's saying, oh, it was a bullshit call at the end of the game. No, it was a holding call. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't put yourself in a situation for the game to come down to a holding call like that. But yeah, like we're gonna basically, I'm just gonna give you my opinions about the game. What I thought about it, because we don't really talk about a lot of football on here. We talk about John Madden, but we don't really talk about a lot of real life football. And a lot of you guys are Eagles fans. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan myself. This is the team I represent, man. So I'm gonna tell you really what I thought about the game, because people are saying a lot of different things. The flag, the field, and a whole lot of excuses. I'll be honest, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a whole lot of excuses, and not enough accountability. So we're gonna talk about the game, and I'm gonna talk about the real and not the finger pointing and just all the nonsense. I think offensively, like throughout the whole game, Jalen Hurts obviously played great. I don't know if a team that loses can have a guy win Super Bowl MVP, but if there would have been a chance for someone to do it, it would have been him, because he definitely outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts was the only reason we were in this ball game, and it would have been close if he was not on the team. So Jalen Hurts did his thing. The offense played good. I mean, running the ball wise, Kenneth Gainwell, I think going into it next year, he's got to be the guy, right? I mean, I know Miles Sanders was banged up because he actually got hurt. They didn't say this. Saw this on Twitter, but yeah, Miles Sanders got hurt. I guess he had actually went back to the locker room and stuff. Kenny G, though, I think going forward should be our running back one. The guy brings a different physicality to the field, and plus Miles Sanders is going to want to get paid, and that's the biggest thing. We have a lot of guys we have to pay this offseason, and I don't know if we'll be able to pay everybody. So, unless Miles Sanders wants to take a pay cut and, a cheap deal, then he's probably not going to be here next year. And like I said, nowadays with running backs, you can kind of get all kinds of different guys. And like I said, I like Kenneth Gainwell a lot, so I'm fine with him. And he's his second year this year, will be his third year next year, so I'm pretty cool with that. But like I said, offensively, we looked really good. Yes, Jalen Hurts did have that fumble 6, which I'll be honest is another reason you could say that costed us the game. If Jalen Hurts doesn't fumble there and they don't return that, well, I mean, you got to think we were in their territory. I don't know how deep we were into it, but we were guaranteed at least coming out with 3, some type of points. And and I remember when he had fumbled, I remember saying, I said it out loud, I said we're gonna lose this game, but obviously it's one of the things you say, but you really hope doesn't come true. Well, it came true. Really, besides his fumble, though, which, was very uncharacteristic, and that was another thing. Like, the only way the Eagles were going to lose this game is if some uncharacteristic things from this football team happen. Jalen Hurts fumbling the ball and then returning that for 6, that's just something you don't see from Jalen Hurts. He's one of the best decision makers in the game, and our defense just getting absolutely torched, which, like I said, is pretty uncharacteristic. It's really only happened, I could say, once or twice the whole year. I don't even know if I could say twice. I could definitely say once, but those uncharacteristic mistakes definitely costed us the ball game. The Quez Watkins, he had a huge drop. The one he caught it like he was near the end zone. He was pretty close to it. Hit him right in his hands, just straight dropped it. Jalen Hurts just dropped it right in there, and Quez Watkins just straight dropped it. He's a guy, honestly, I'm honestly fine if he does not come back next year. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, the guy's fast, that's great and all, but man, there's been so many times this year where he's, dropped a pass, or he's just got absolutely bitched, on a contested catch, and it's just like, man, I'll be honest, I think we should maybe look into a wide receiver 3. What I'm doing is right now, I'm basically just kind of going through a list of things right now, which, all added up into us losing this game, because, everybody wants to point it at one definitive moment. Oh, the holding on Bradbury. That is not at even close why we lost the game. That's the thing. People want to talk about the field. Oh, the pass rush couldn't get there. Well, the pass rush got there in the first half, right? And yes, I know they talked about, they said the field was slippery. Now, the field was, they did fuck the field up. I don't know exactly, they prided themselves on this field. Like, oh, we spent like over almost $1 million on it, this and that. But it was terrible. But point I'm making is in the first half, they got to Patrick Mahomes. Second half, they couldn't get to him. You know what I mean? The Chiefs made adjustments at halftime, and that's really what it was. Defensively, and honestly, the first half, now we played solid defensively in the first half, but the thing a lot of people don't understand is the Chiefs didn't have the ball in the first half. We clocked them boys out of the first half. Like, they just didn't have a chance to get the rock. Then they finally started getting a chance for the ball in the second half, and they got in rhythm. They got a little bit of motion going, and then From that point, it's up. You know, our teams are pretty similar. Once we get that little bit of rhythm going, there's no stopping. Like, it's just, all right, it's boom. This is what it is now. Once the Chiefs got that, they were going. We couldn't stop them. The biggest thing was we just could not get to Patrick Mahomes. Another thing is, you know, people blaming Jonathan Gannon. It's not his fault that they couldn't get to the quarterback. So what is Jonathan Gannon thinking? Okay, well, we got to start sending bodies. I do the same thing in Madden. If my four-man front's not getting there, then we're going to start blitzing a lot of people. So that's what he did. We start blitzing a lot of people. Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback in the NFL. What does he do? He just dots it up. He makes reads. He's a professional. That's what he does, man. So it's just like, it's tough, man. When you're going up against someone really good like that, you got to pick and choose. And, you know, if that four-man front's not getting there, well, you know, Jonathan Gannon as the coordinator is thinking, well, we got to get to him somehow, so I'm going to send bodies, and, you know, it didn't exactly work. So, honestly, the real reason why the Eagles lost this game is they got outplayed. It's just as simple as that. The Kansas City Chiefs outplayed the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, do I think personally we had a better team? I would say we had the better team, but that just because you got the better team doesn't mean you're always going to win. They outplayed us. They beat us. It was a really good game, and I got to say, like, I know a lot of people, obviously, you guys are probably very furious that, obviously, you know, we lost the Super Bowl because you don't make it to lose. But honestly, it was a really good game. I had fun watching it. It was fun to me. Probably one of the most fun seasons I've had as an Eagles fan. Like, this season, it was just fun, man. It was a really good season. Where the guys came from, I mean, you go from last year, you know, we were supposed to get, what, like, they said 4 wins, things like that. We ended up making the playoffs, man. You know, you go into this season, you know, people don't believe in Jalen Hurts, man. I always believe in the guy. I love Jalen Hurts, right? But no one believed in him. What did he do this season? He was played at MVP caliber, goes to the Super Bowl, and I mean, guy played out of his mind. We end up losing, but you know, that's just how it works out sometimes, man. And honestly, I know a lot of people saying, well, they're gonna make it back. They're gonna make it back. The honest to God truth is, man, we might not make it back. And honestly, from what I think, and maybe it's just from my experience, you know, watching football, and maybe we'll be with the Eagles, I don't know if we'll make it back anytime soon, like with Jalen Hurts. And not because of Jalen Hurts, it's just because it's so hard to make it to the Super Bowl. How many great players have you seen? They've only been to one Super Bowl. Hell, some of them haven't been to any. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has been to one Super Bowl, right? He's supposed to be possibly one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. He's been to one Super Bowl. So, I mean, it just goes to show, it doesn't matter how good you are. You know, sometimes things just do not work out. And one of the biggest things this offseason is, offensively, we're going to have most of our team back. But defensively, we're losing a lot of guys. Like, well, I mean, I'd say we're losing a lot of these guys. I kind of just assumed that. But a lot of these guys are free agents. Now, I'll say this. Nick Sirianni has built a very good culture with his team, a brotherhood. And I do have, I'll be honest, a little bit of inside information from some people. And, you know, these guys like playing for Nick Sirianni, and some of these guys might come back on some cheap deals to run this thing back. Now, we don't know who, you know, we don't know who all would. And you know, if we lose some guys, who's gonna replace them? You got to remember, we got some first round picks. We got some young talent, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. You know, there's a lot of things we could do. But the point I'm trying to make is everyone that's just saying like, oh, we're just gonna make it back just like that. It doesn't really work like that. I'll be honest. Obviously, hopefully we do. Now, the good thing is we're in the NFC. The AFC is, I mean, it's insane. Like I said, so thankfully we're in the NFC where it's like, it's nowhere near as crazy as the AFC. So that is one good thing I will say, but it's just tough, man. What I really take away from this game is that the Eagles, you know, they're that team. Like, they were that team. We came in there, we played good football, man. We just tiny things we did not execute on. That was our downfall. That's what it was, man. The Chiefs came in there, they played good. I mean, look, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is what, their third time around here. They were going to come to play, and they came to play, and just hopefully we could maybe run it back, man. That would be kind of nice. Though obviously I'm going to say I think we can, but it all just comes down to, can we bring most of these guys back? We can bring most of these guys back, man. Offensively, we're going to be fine. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. We're going to be good. It's just defensively, you know, can we have another... It just sucks, man, because the defense was a huge reason why we made it here, and the defense is kind of a huge reason why we lost it. So that is definitely tough, man. But I just want to say, basically, To all you guys that, you know, might be looking at this as a negative for us, you know, because obviously you play to win the Super Bowl. That is what it is. You gotta look at it in a positive way, man. Like, I don't really look at this as a bad thing at all. Like, definitely it's my first time really experiencing losing a Super Bowl. You know, when they lost back with McNabb, I was a baby, so I didn't really experience that. But you gotta look at it in a positive way, man. We made it to the Super Bowl. Me personally, it was all fun. I loved every second of it. It was great, and that's just the way I look at it, man. Don't look at it in a bad way. Don't blame the referees. Don't blame. There's no one to blame but the team. That's why they lost, man. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, shout out to the Chiefs. And you know what? Hopefully we can see them again next year. Because if we play anybody, I want to play them again. Because I definitely want to get my revenge, man. I would definitely like to get my revenge on them boys. But hopefully the Eagles theme team can, right back to Madden with it. Hopefully the Eagles theme team can still get some love this year. All right, yeah, we lost the Super Bowl. Hopefully we get some cards, man. But that is pretty much going to do it, though, boys. We got a lot of content coming out this week, too, for Madden. We got Gridiron Guardians, NFL Honors Part 2, Ultimate Legends, Wildcard Tuesday. I think there might have been something else. It's a lot of content coming out this week, so be prepared. Now, I know a lot of you guys, I'll be honest, probably, a lot of you guys stopped playing after the Super Bowl. And you might not even want to play Madden after the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, but to the people that still are, we got a lot of content. We're going to keep grinding. We also just hit 2,000 subscribers, man. So I want to say shout out to you guys, man, because look, I just make some videos, man. You guys fuck with them, so I fuck with you guys, man. But we're gonna keep grinding, man, and that's pretty much gonna do it, though, boys. That was a Stevie. I know that pass you just seen, that was a Stevie. I'm gonna head out, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and your boy is out.